I know you speak to the Gap, like in the detention center in Miami. I mean, you see some tough women there. I mean, what's happening in there? What does this open up for them?
Yeah, Gap is actually girls under the age of 18.
Is it?
Who are in jail. And they asked me to come and speak years ago, way before my book came out. And to be honest, I was very afraid to go to the jail. And there were these young girls, and they looked very tough and very scary, like, you know, gang.
And probably cold.
And here I am, you know, a mother of two, thinking, you know, why do they're not going to want to listen to me.
Yeah.
But I sat with the girls and I journaled with them. And one of the journaling prompts we did was, I remember. And everybody wrote, and I talked to them about my own history.
So I remember you're writing down about your past. Is that?
Yeah, you just go for 10 minutes. I remember whatever pops into
sad
your
moments.
mind.
Okay.
And I tell them, if you can't think of anything, then write, I don't remember. Just the only rule is to keep your pen moving.
Okay.
That's it. And so we wrote, and they got more comfortable, and I asked if people wanted to share, and some people would read. And at the end, when I was done, this girl came up to me, and she was about 14 years old. And she said, I want to read you my journal entry. I'm going to throw it away, but I want to read it to you. And she started reading me this journal entry, I remember. And she said, I remember when I was 8 years old, and my father raped me.
Oh.
And he comes to see me, and he can't even look me in the eyes. And she was crying, and I was crying, and I cry now every time I tell the story. And she looked at me, and she had this sparkle in her eye that wasn't there. It was as if writing had reignited her passion and had shown her who she was again. She had just become numb. And I'm looking at this little girl, and I'm thinking,
14.
Of course you're in jail. Of course. How could you not be in jail?
Yeah.
And I tell people that's really why I do the work I do, because I believe that is the power of writing.
Yeah.
That it can heal any circumstance in your life, that every circumstance you've gone through, no matter how awful, how terrible, it's happened to you for a reason.
Yeah.
My worst pain was my father leaving me and not having a relationship with my father. It was my greatest pain. That's what drove me to write, to heal that relationship. Mm-hmm. And in healing that relationship, Journolution was born. And so I always tell people that if my father had never left me, there would be no Journolution, because I wouldn't have been trying to heal this pain. So beyond your greatest pain is your greatest purpose.
Yeah, there's a beautiful thing on the other side.
And if we can reach young people, I'm always think if I had started journaling when I was 10 or 11.
Well, you can make a call right now.
You can do it right now. That I didn't start until I was 21. And if you can get that you have all of the answers inside of you, can you imagine if you got that when you were 16, 17? How great. Like, that is how we will heal the planet. That's how we will change this world, is by inspiring young people that they are all knowing and all powerful, and they have all of the answers inside of them already. Mm-hmm. And all they have to do is connect to their passion and their purpose and go do what it is they're meant to do with their life.
Connect the dots.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see with Sandy, what was her opinion on creating actually what could be some different steps to manifesting some of her dreams or goals, whatever it is. So kind of a 1, 2, 3 easy step. And we've been talking about it, but what do you think would be, like, we could, like, directly the viewers could apply in their life and start manifesting awesome things?
Right now. So step 1 would be get really clear.
Get clear.
Get very clear about what you want. And so use your journal to just, use the journaling prompt. I want my life to be, and go for 10 minutes. Or my perfect day. That's another great journaling prompt. Just write about your perfect day. From the moment you wake up, do you wake up at noon? Do you watch the sunrise? Are you looking at the ocean? And go through your whole day. What's your perfect day? That will help to get you clear about what speaks to you, what you want your life to be. So that's step 1. Get really clear.
Get clear.
And then once you have a vision that that gets you excited, then write it out. And your vision should always be written as if it's already happened.
Okay.
So write it as if it's already happened, and
So you
and
start, my
say
vision
some
is.
right, and say some gratitude with it. So I always start my visions with, I am so grateful.
I am so grateful that I'm best-selling author,
Right.
and I'm on.
I am so grateful. I am a #1 New York Times bestselling author.
Or I'm so grateful I've lost 10 pounds and I feel awesome and I'm ready to dance in bikini on the beach.
Exactly. I am so grateful I'm in a loving, juicy relationship. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, and write it as if it's already happened, and play with this vision.
Right.
It needs to be something that when you read it makes you go, yes. Right.
Yes.
And people can send me their visions, because I believe this is my gift, is helping people get really clear. Because it's amazing. You think you know what you want, and then you start to write it down and you stop yourself. And you put these little words in there like, I'm going to, which is future, or I'm starting to. You put words in there. You want it to be, you are already there. You're already feeling this. And when you read it, you want to just feel it in your guts. So you get this vision, that's step 2, create a vision. That's clear and concise and lights you up inside.
Love it.
So then step 3 is remind yourself of your greatness every day. And the way you do this is you take this vision statement that you've created and you print it out of your computer, or you write it down at least 3-4 times, and you put it everywhere. I put mine on my bathroom mirror. So when I'm brushing my teeth,
and the
I'm reading. You put it by your computer, by your work, wherever you are. Put it in your car. I always put mine on the inside cover of my journal. And every time you see this piece of paper, you read it and you say, yes.
Yeah, you have to celebrate it. That's something I saw at one of the Tony Robbins seminar, like Unleash the Power Within.
Yes.
Like you had to celebrate, like we had to walk on hot coal, and you had to before visualize yourself that you were on the other side. And I didn't burn myself. I mean, I walk on hot coal like that, and I saw how important that is. Like you really have to celebrate that you're already on the other side, be joyful that it's already accomplished. So it's kind of like, yeah, I'm thankful I'm already there. You already experience it in this moment, right?
Absolutely.
And then you manifest it.
Everything is energy. And
It's
so the
energy,
more
yeah.
energy you bring to your vision,
Yeah.
the more quickly you'll manifest it.
Yeah.
And as you read it, what happens for me when I'm creating a vision is sometimes words will jump out at me that don't feel right.
Yeah.
And so your vision statement will change, and
It's more like
good.
a fix, yeah, or that's not good.
You're working with it. That's what I mean by I always say you're marinating it.
Yeah,
you're
you like that
marinating
word.
your dreams.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means just being really quiet and letting them, my juicy life, it works perfectly. You're marinating in the juiciness of your life. You're letting your life guide you.
Yeah.
You're listening to your inner wisdom, and you're creating this statement based on how you're feeling, and you're going toward things that feel right. You're using that intuition, that guidance that we all have, that sometimes we're out of touch with, because we've been listening to everybody else and what they want
to
us
happiness
to do. And so the more you go toward this vision, the better you will feel. And you just continually remind yourself of your greatness. And that the reason you have this whisper, the reason that you have this vision is because you are supposed to be doing this. And yes, it may be scary. And yes, you will have self-doubt. And yes, there may be people who say, you can't do that.
Who do you think you are?
Keep reading it, and you keep saying it, and you surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up and who are going to believe in you, and you will get there. I believe
So,
it.
1, be clear.
1, get really clear.
2, create a vision.
2, create a vision that lights you up.
And 3, be grateful and already thankful and already there.
3, remind yourself of your greatness.
Remind yourself of your greatness.
Every day.
Woo! We're up to manifesting!